John Dramani Mahama Abino Aqua Jinipa Ede Ababi Guyeso El my ganemu Oba Bemu ni Edikaino Okoji Gitmo 2 by Way so Wasan Aqua GSA West African Nationals be about 250 of them. Aqua Giomo Abba Itia Article 75. Now Itia Supreme Court ruling in the case of Henry Nanabuache Margaret Banfo versus Attorney General. Eti Hong Kong Ewo Hasin. Weekend imu who say Esidin Ketia any Julius Zebra and so atiesim na joma ambu nyanya afi ba kokora nso mu tunade so den ebi omo hwe ono a o mebo brebia o mpe brebia bonti yetu no na ankeba ne sen ene ora Julius Zebra yese oye king of kifit jende nkola ye kifit kra no a wo so de mirika ba bi die mu because o de ye campaign ena Johnson Esidin Ketia so ese oko thank you to na thank you to yi yenim se John Mahama oko ni election wakwa wie Esidin Ketia se da bi ono so be ko ne de nti ahwe yi a na fifi ko Esidin Ketia wi a fifi ko eten so be ko ne de fifi ko ete wi a na bi a hanabisiu enso be ko ne de no ne ade na eno eho sem wo ho. The former Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Tokonu oko court na we high court ena oko high court anasem ne say oko challenge the warrant Mampani Mahama ede eyi na di no oko challenge because petition na buy no petition no buy say yenyi na di as Chief Justice na mo yankase yenyi na di as Supreme Court judge asemi abeye tinye eda omaimu a lawyer for edi ho enkomo na ordinary Ghanaians yenso ye ka constitution na eti ase yenso ye di ho enkomo ebi kire say ade yi ase boni bitimi meyeji wadi say Chief Justice dia then they say boni no anso esen yi wadi say Supreme Court judge. So if they been to untimi serve as a Chief Justice, they say for the same reason so untimi serve as a Supreme Court judge. Ebi so there be ade na yegina so yi na di nyina no administrative issues etino say onye Chief Justice no Supreme Court judge on perform sa administrative functions no enti eno nti yeyi na di a enye yie ti enya no na o meye na dwuma. So ni nyina ensem a ewo ho a lawyer for edi ho komo but the court will have the final say na court no so no atimi edi asem no edi asi enti ye betwen na yahwe na ibesim na watwi mu the galamsey issue eda epon so a enya asem ketwa na galamsey nsem no akwan se emakaba otu animu no na eche ne pompron otu eche so na animu no pompron ne kana kwa eden pa na anka galamsey issue yi eyo man nyina ya sede se yetimi sori prekope yensuo essay enanopei metie MP for Gomua East in the Central Region make us say Central Region on isa so mo ben akrenti no mo ben poninti utu borehole no enchiri wom entu yusu enye yie ejomu ntimi yusu borehole on potem ho ena pipe no so ayefi kwanyako headworks no so no isi omu ntimi nyusu because ene galamsey nti ya to ya close it down the treatment plant jene enya adwuma ho enti a cars no eba as far as Accra ebe sensuo ha ebe tomo ewo Central Region en importem. That is the danger ayete ho na bisa ho say any part do send the Central Regional ombetimi ato ensuo from Accra no ma yusu enti anka galamsey issue yi anka every Ghanaian concern by see abre MPP wa abamu na Akufo-Addo ede ne presidency eto line no so person ko galamsey no yera John Dramani Mahama any NDC for exploit sa ayina sa president na Akufo-Addo editor line so no so omo divided tactics Omokọ mining areas na ma catch the miners ne say Akufo-Addo peso tuma no aduane gu enti odi sojafoɔ abegu ewura mu ha sei pampam mo nso garam sei ya na adwuma amoye wɔ ha sei enti monto aba mayen na motuma yen a ɛda mo bɛte akenkan aba no aya kasa dwoma ama wini no saada no a monkɔ na monkotu and we anyama na mebo mitimpo yehu on video Oraton Obi former Minerals Commission boss Anna Mahama ono na olidi attack no ene yed ne ko petroleum hub Akufo-Addo etiye no ehwo na isi owo ye adwuma ena kwakubu ahenom ebo ne chidom ena mo call mining areas ni nyina enti miners no and the communities no develop otan bi edema NPP omo firi ho anoma bankran na ba kavoma wonom enso demonstrate won kran say Akufo-Addo ena ama galamsey koso na NPP for ene A2 galamsey enti middle class no should see Akufo-Addo na ban NPP for as enemy of the state na enemy of sustainability enti omonto aba enti omo me show video no how to open they went to the extent of bargain dirty water as a pure water now did na kran krom Ghana for say ensu amobe no muni sabe ende kafu ide no mo TV GTV so anopa bia na asensuo edisuo na say na Ghana ensu aye ena omudi aba aban mu afeje mo ba aban mu a enne efi kwame nkruma breso a ye sha ase etu galamsey wo man Ghana mu afi galamsey a yehu no yehu bida Ghana ni bia wo ofa Kumasi kwan so ebedi adanse Ghana ni bia wo areas aye mining ebedi adanse se afi galamsey a ekoso no yehu bida and ukọ baby to say Savannah region Mampani Mahama ono ani krom ayefa ne bole a obi anim se bole de anka galamsey inform ho so ene kohwe se de ye tu galamsey wo bole ko yape na kohwe de black voter no ye tu galamsey de ehunu black voter no adenti a ya ban na aba NDC aban na aba enti ye betu galamsey no na ye de ase no na Mampani adarete say task force enkoye adwuma na Joseph Yami agina kwatia ni wa issue warning to Mampani say ye koye campaign no ye kwaji sika galamsey fo ho na ya ba mo betu galamsey fo so atua enti task force no mungu no ampani apa IGP task force na ye adwuma no make us say ye gu no IGP task force na ote ya na ye adwuma no ene task force no ye gu no yasi ya kwachichi excavators hanabisu excavators 40 emu 33 eyira ya ka 7 and now make us say this year from January to June excavators are ya register o DVL nko a 6,850 excavators and na afi January ebesi June ya register e wo DVL so bisa say excavators ajuba ben ye dey be the biggest construction site wo Ghana ne eye Pokuase ekwan isu amasaman ekwan isu but enya ade a okorum kra menye so mu use excavators 20 kra so excavators ye dey den patoni nyina wo kwaye nim a ye di A2 galamsey na okuje to ablakwanom sameje mfinom ene wo mo kan Akufo-Addo say declare state of emergency and now boss state of emergency super no mubu afu sadenti no about state of emergency so now no Catholic Bishop Conference for krata no na mu api na nsembu mpa now no organized labor amu de yenti omunka yenti organized labor fonka but yati yuta fonka and now Professor Jampu violent kissa one main she press authority or send the board so then on say dogo bi nu abe cause see ade ono obenya sika e de anom a bottle water ba galamsey fight and a Professor Jampu ejina ho e de beye enne waje appointment yi sena ne omu ye nyina no na e krokro de John Adanko Dada agree. They never meant it. ene galamsey a ekoso Ghana no ebi nsi da yehu bi da yenti bi da na the new patriotic party say Jomama aban no weaponize state institutions, especially security agencies no any investigative bodies no against the opponent. Enti obia wo kasetia mahama abre wo opposition no abo ato. Obia oba aban mu na wo kasetia no so wabo ato. Oye ya na Iyokofo gira ofie. Oye ya na NIB foni. Oye ya na efrene sensi adifo afro. Oye ya okonso a bail na esese e ma no na the bail condition so no e de aye punishment. Okasa o TikTok ayacho. Okasa o tro bibi o Facebook ayacho. Ene koso na nkrofo fu so ebi abuse ayino e de tietia mampani fa hodi so. Ba mampani share me central for me the press no. Ene ye hunu se sa mampani Akufo Addo mampani Mahama nkasa na assumption sa de na koso no. Enti ene mampani Mahama atreating Ghana for se obia obetro bibi ka bibi afa ne ho bia no obe use IP address na odi aba betro ba bia wo bia na do akwakotum na ne yoma jeli branch bi ohwa na ase enkoyi papa ase na adwunu minim de but yama ne 7 months yeso atreating mampani but mampani Mahama o party NDC no ena moma atem didie ebe ye attractive Ghana how did penny atemo a hade Ghana fo nyina so ba Yera Mahama breso ena atem di atenie ebe ye very attractive wa utimi di atempa no na ebo abaso and if 2021 ebe si 2024 obi on social media so bi anim se obi a odi atem sa bere bia no oye NDC ni onye NDC card bearer member oye sympathizer anase oyobi a NDC for na abone pa se oni atem ene Ghana ha unya aka atenie pa the apex level of attendee Kevin Taylor obi anim Kevin Taylor so obi anim ni pa obone pa se oni atem ndi attendee Supreme Court ene Kevin Taylor na Ora Mahama attendee a Kevin Taylor di nyina no wona ya the biggest beneficiary ena ade aba aban mu na sa attendee ya say di atem a ya ena wo pa emi yedi mpanifo atem okroma asen enti ena aba baby bi oho o kasa ya cho o cho obi kura timi ko Facebook no atro rest well grandma na ya cho no yedina kwesem 2 days and send yedina court enti MPP for say ebnada ebei omo koye demonstration na demonstration omo kwakoye no omo say a march against state sponsored harassment and abuse of power na omo twi di waso tuni say yensura hunahuna demonstration omo be fia so Brasport the petition akọ police headquarters na mo the petition so akwa akọ mama mpanim nti Tuesday ebe na ebekoso ewo Brasport me pa chaw entrance nka se yi nanabi ene efene sen Salah Mustafa na nyom asem entrance nka se Baomi asem entrance nka se kan Japan sem enya adutwumsem ena enya bena champion sem wo MPP ni a wo at risk. In fact, every Ghanaian living everywhere will be party. Once you have access to this device, IFN mobile phone, no, we are a jail candidate. Teniye, we are Ghanaian. Once you have this device, IFN mobile phone, we are jail candidate. You know the reason why? Because who are TikTok, who are Facebook, you fancy comedy, and you want to make a comment, you know. Or no, you are TikTok live, and obi ebe ye comment wa say ene ye chi ni wo da mu a na no we na asem no kwa yenwie yo enti se wo Facebook na wo tro bibi no bi kwa be tro comment wa say a obetimi akoje anajo Mahama wo se wo side device here friend mobile phone na wo TikTok wo Facebook wo ye wo X wo Instagram baby a kai se wo ye jail candidate because wo nim ni a wo be tro ajo Mahama ban bu befu a on ba be chiwo enti demonstration e koso yi many one can be the be because before say nyewa but ebetimi ayewa and found so MPP na nya MPP ni abranti ya kwachi na jail in 7 months menya sure so MPP ni police for na say police ni echi MPP ni a no a publishing image ye twa before say be mark shot ne beba no na ye the image no ama NDC for NDC for circulating on social media. Iwia ne ayo ne de waba beto. The ordinary Ghanaian so ye chiwa a wonya MPP wonya hwe no ye chiwa ne ye twa photo ne ye do photo na ba beto abonten. But so wo NDC ni dia ye chiwa photo ma abonten. NDC for aban mu police for so much nyina none of them. Name them Ablokuma 8 first 2 second 8 obia photo ama so far zoka obia photo ama na no ye se achiwa hab obia photo ama. So ebi krafo se omoboa etu ye NDC ni dia ye nchew e ba be kase ya chew u vote bi e ma bonten but so ye MPP ni dia ye bechew ni egu anim ase wo ye ordinary Ghanaian ne dia ye bechew ni egu anim ase enu ti na MPP for say mon sorry o na wo misu kita device nkwa dia mobile phone nkwa dia wo ye jail candidate because betimi akọ jail anytime bia ti Tuesday no many wa masori na mesoso pele aswe na ndi ekwa demonstration no na ndi atentesko ko di ache John Dramani Mahama enti ensamre dosum na abedwafo so atenase enti mema wo mu akwaba midi edikwaku dawuru okay koka na odi kan ba first
yeah
take a bite na
me fa free ahoho na ye de aba ha no matisi ese omude aban ko court se die no mo ye okrum ha wabo bi kroma was an court and dear ayemi and I think say mitie Vladimir Enchi or see there is no international arrangement say odin crofo be krom ha ebeye for free. There is something there abino enkanche but oshe ukujeto interview with Bernard Avler a trail say anya nukre ni nyina na ye ka kire and ono ankasem say issues na all deal with no on tiasie but then again ya dwene so nkoso say normal watro ni ya wa yetia American government sanctions any visas and semabano. He is trying to use this unwanted people na eba krum hano as a treat to get us back on track, and I feel say it's wrong. It's not right. Minority caucus on foreign affairs as soon as possible. Omunye no mu mayehu the truth in it. Say ambassador na ewa hano eno mushia no mu busa no questions no mu ni di nkomo ni ehu de ekoso a. I feel there is more to what Okujete say because even interview no say obie na no aka say omo attorney general no ene man no man we musa no no ma okikan ni nsema okikan ni nsisi so as America attorney general no Okujete osuru no enti no ma okan na no ye say mo nya agreement ni sa no maba time so an obeko parliament meanwhile odi nkrofo di biaba ama second badge kra na mkwa so ba so what is really going on? Governance ben say currently I don't really know our foreign policy say a ban as a country. I really don't know our foreign policy because our foreign policy certain things obema impenifo ne the people of the land all the briefing and all the information all right inti derumeka near way na I feel say I'm so not comfortable with and we need to find answers to
I see so koka mati koka so enkan prof Q mami tiwe
gogu concerning nipa mi nipa yeso omaba no
okay
sisi a number no kra me nim
omaba hin
nipa na president akofo omaba no
you say 14 edikan ba na you expect 14 so if you na eko yeah fiti la be Thursday ni e say omoba menim so ma bedu dia
omo lawyer say omalande
okay any say about yes amunyem say munyina e be 250 aha
kwaku we I am you no sir okay get more too
yes
I'm saying ho asem kra kokopie court
yes
and then asamba I'm say consistent and synonymous with anytime President Mahama ebeba ban mu mentiase because yet o man ye nyina ye hu na dan kwa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia etu kwan omo ba omo design no hydro ene de bae eno so kura ye nya the current education minister actual letter koma IMF for say omo consider as loan no mu ntwam because abre no na ye wo IMF conditionality a emma ye ho kwan ma ye mo bosia embo 1.5 billion dollars a year inti sa na tie dia omo ntwam na so NDC for tu kwan na omo ba o panyima ama tu kwan na oba na anu wo jai gitimo tu sisi ayi nimba bi omo ne nam mate ya say ya integrate omo asesa omo din inti na wuhia no ba bi akra menye sure say obehu omo kra de na yeso omo ye threat e wo omo man mu inti ye yi Guantanamo Bay e de free ho no yentimi nsan ko integrate omo wo omo system ni mu na no so kra na obisa ho say se ba bi omo fi no se yentimi mfo omo nkonkotena ho a Ghana ha de ene ye de yebetimi no omo atena ye je sankofo ni tumma ni yeye afi omunya hu se kwan na beda ho no minim adodode a wo ho afi de Ghana aba bedane ba bia se obi kodi bone ana ye deport obi free America ha mom na se ye ma no so ne ye sande ne ba eye legacy a omampanyi sisi ade yebetimi aka se 1 and 2 legacy of person odija Ghana mine eno no se nei obi nim agreement ne kra so opaque se ye nim de wom se edien na o mine Ghana ebenya de afrim ye nim se ratification na se ekoye o parliament se yade eno so yaye eno so Ghana ni bia nim sa ade no ena nkofo na ba ha na omumu bia sanya akokuduro de o mine Ghana de omumu 11 edo o mine Ghana akọ court se yetietie omofa ahodie so na minim se ha na edo omaba no na omompe ana se omoba bepie ye no se bibi na nkoye a omumuma sanya akokuduro ede oman no ede akọ court
se we know unnim what the agreement entails ntie bia na omo ne omo ye hye bia omo ba ye omo ni so
ante nutu na omo de aban na akọ court
me sure me hu ayi ninkinkan what is India
na me Crâsh na bi de na e court no say Supreme Court no e ka say nka there has to be a ratification by parliament
ani de omo koye omo de no kokoye ratification no
and san kofo na ba wie no
Supreme Court e ma mu ai say da bi anye we bi o ba ko ni bia hot and Supreme Court e ma yi say anytime bia ban pese or enter into a bia no on fanko parliament nti ababa yemra
nti
so now constitution no Supreme Court ama interpretation of article 75 no say before so be sign any foreign agreement say MOU say treaty say contract say bibia no say ko parliament and now in the degree where's Attorney General I think in the GMPC case no so ne Bokan energy and so court assign I can say anytime a by person terminate such contract bia no say no so ko parliament in the Martinamidi versus Attorney General where you make case no so court can the same thing so and unim sa cases here na a year Deputy Attorney General Gitmo 2 no na Dominica Deputy Attorney General enti onim pa but obu na ni aguso
ba yeso ono so no advice aban
according to Okujeto Ablakwa no or say Dominica Yeni say America Attorney General ne ka che ne say we MOU kekentima ne fanko parliament nti enu nti no man fanko parliament no
nti America Attorney General ne na ekyere no ono adwuma me so metie de me hunu say de enti a o man fanko parliament ne say anopa mi du anim ho na kese say me fabo na me de bre me nua panyina Odu Mahama okani pefe ma ye nyina ya so te say overwhelming majority a Ghana for the ama NDC for no omo de be misbehave say no na yeguso a ye hunu wa ha sei because NDC kokopie parliament a menya sure say be di 5 minutes enti omu hunu say eni so omo ha omo ho enti yenim de ewom ene asesa nkofo na de aba but kwaku yese shabre ne mre ene be kire da che bia ebeba bedadi ami yehu de ewom ne betimi aka bi sisia ne kana ya meden because
you person do parliament it's not about the approval but so the parliament or the content of the deal no ebe parliament
ama obi
Ghana fo nyina ehu
na de ne woman nti omum pese ebe
e ho na question ni wo
because o gina Ghana na mu e de ayade a se sika na beba emnya obotom na eba oman ni din mu na eba nti aden na nka even wo pay ye no wakoje ade a wo de bre oman no na untimi ntu din ema oman ni nyina ye hu se we na mudi tumi ma me no mede mutumi na ye na mum ye de be hyesum ase ne ya ka ase eno den ya yanti ase nsem ni bia be ene abe say speculation ye we are trying to find reasons on our own, but the people who are supposed to give us reasons, omo ne ye de oman sika editu omo ka no they are there. And America Attorney General ene say was ye Attorney General at large magana because ono na ene wo che ye Attorney General ne adwuma de akwaku meni bibia amaka wo we hu biem.
Okay, me da say Peter
oh my Ghana obuni be say we live in a global village. Ena said the akoye no yehia America for nso hia ye na no krenzo ne say the NDC and President Mahama some of these arrangements between Ghana and the US are politics and partisan politics pen obeka say Ghana ha ye ne America for security arrangement omutimi kura be maye security training ebesi sometime we see some base bi kakra wa ha yetimi de ya soldier for ne security ni bi kura kwa brochire US for training almost be ba ha exchange of a part of the global UN program and arrangement. But unim say the NDC and President Mahama bia politics say me kaipa so be even some job from penifo bebre ni civil society organization penifo bebre ebre ko ba say President Kufuor breso arenyo bi ba say o omba be man security ni training kakra na be hia so benya ba bi omo ba omo beda omo do maduane omo betena ene ade yenim deda course wo krom ha say na de ye kofa amebesi military base wa ani ahwe a akaida ne ho ahwe ne bobo che say civil society groups are yanti bi din da. So once I be allow America for crown pa mo ma be see om base training security if you tent crowd or Ghana hampo there one here the next day I be bomb Ghana and the year press conferences upon press conferences go ebi kwa kofa pictures or videos of countries are akaida for ne terrorist air bombing and linky say once you America for me were not over the years that security arrangement no na hosa NDC benso ebi AC MPP benso ebi so AC but you know mu the politics the moi na ko fa sa Guantanamo Bay sa 2 years sem buy no crane say what kind of 75 na clear but you see there's a problem on say what kind of 75 no say the president may alaji adian chain mama come as we announce aba may execute sa arrangement no also the parliament for resolution the 75-2 no that was the reason tia Guantanamo Bay assembly buy no o ma fa nko parliament no so ko kan case na lawyer Jeba for ne na bi mu de coin na that was the justification NDC at the time omo mai into o man fan court say the okay article 75 no say may but the Supreme Court gave a ruling say even though it is written there say the president may execute or cause to be executed treaties, agreement or convention in the name of Ghana. Then the second one no, a resolution of parliament supported by the votes of no more than 1/2 of the members of parliament. And they say once I almost sign treaties and I search the president may I'm a court near himself Supreme Court also the interpreter of the constitution. I'm a mama the direction as to where it should go. Usha, that is the same kind of argument and the court Supreme Court now Supreme Court bogu ye no almost bio. In fact and quite no massa I invented something strange say MOU. No MOU krona omo kano. It is written on it say treaty. Now MOU na
Supreme Court ruling no
Yes.
Supreme Court no ebo MOU ni wom na Ashanti ascend me.
Yes.
Yi kakra mami try some making kind. We all say a trip down memory lane. Except of what Okujeto Ablakwa said on MOUs and note verbal in Parliament on August 1, 2017 after the June 2017 Supreme Court judgment on Gitmo 2 saga. Or say no Okwe direct quotation. Or say the judgment revealed that, Mr. Speaker, the judgment reveals that, Mr. Speaker, that raises a matter that the judges stress on page 14 of the judgment. Mr. Speaker, the Supreme Court said that, and with your permission, I quote, the Constitution of Ghana bears no distinction between executive and non-executive agreements. Mr. Speaker, this judgment now means that every note verbal and every memorandum of understanding that the government of Ghana enters into with another foreign entity must come to Parliament for ratification. And you know, Okujeto Ablakwa na eka say you.
Yes.
On our learned former Attorney General and Minister of Justice and our current Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice held the view that there is no need for such to have a distinction as a country. They cited Constitution of the United States of America and South Africa. Mr. Speaker, just yesterday, whilst listening to the Honorable Minister of Finance deliver the 2017 media budget review and economic policy, he indicated that there is a new agreement that President Akufo-Addo has entered into with his counterpart in Ivory Coast, where they are collaborating to prevent smuggling of cocoa and so on. Mr. Speaker, this House has not seen that agreement, and there are a plethora of such agreements that will normally not come to Parliament for ratification. Mr. Speaker, now, by the virtue of the judgment, all those agreements, note verbals, and memorandum of understandings have to come to Parliament. And Okujeto Ablakwa say
that was the argument.
The argument to Okoti say because of Supreme Court ruling even Enkitawudia MOU Cote d'Ivoire any Ghana sign say cocoa smuggling cry ibe sia no yefamra Parliament.
Yes.
Na Parliament enhwem. But no Okujeto is saying say adenti a such judgment yi ba ye no eba Parliament enyi
agreement no Parliament enyi ni say just an MOU. Now, na MOU any agreement. MOU agreement. Me say me ne Prof Kill. Yen sign MOU say every weekend we will be or the member co base. Agreement. And it's enforceable. What I say? And who can sign MOU, who can sign it then. In fact, obvious say it has to go to Parliament. But I'm saying say they are using the article, the May clause and just an MOU to make an agreement on fan call. And strangely omo na hedo haba no enya lawyer the court matise binum so omo so ba ko challenge it omo ko hwe say we should enforce article 75 and the court ruling no ye hwe de be kwakosi na say court na ayehu kakra very interesting rulings na heba but ye hwe the court ne be come going forward na ade ba ko so amesa mo wan say MPP say omo hu nya kono enti bibia no MPP be ka Ghana for BT and I say dodo na mubi civil society organizations ne sa religious groups ne obi abeti nti e mompa ye ne hwese court be kire say e bia ampa umfa because unim e be hia say e be nya full disclosure our Parliament I didn't they say the Prof Q ko no the Parliament that at the next day kro umbenya
ma me nya ko say ne ekosunya che president Mahama mu Ghana for
oh na me che say no be akwa kodu no mo pe no mo yo
no wo de ne open na wo ya fabra ne hu ye pese yehu look wo de call Parliament to betimi kwara call under certificate of agency oba approve no any year
na say there are many anyoma o de call Parliament I know certificate of emergency
yes into fa we so call but
dum so levy say ne nyina
Ghana for ebe hunu bi nti
ye mfa nko e na de omo pe no mo ye so obi aso nko mo hwe ye okromo a ye better
all right Alaji Mamiti we into when you saying we West Africa 250 and so ba ku na egitu 2 into West Africa 250 okay 250
now also agreement now refer to it as agreement
And say number MOU.
But no MOU or MOU ni na. All their communication. All say treaty.
O de mama meeting large
President Mama or the Asema Bagano. Na Asema or the by ni say e binimu edwane afi omukrom say omu siki asylum wo United States of America. And a Trump administration say on pe omu wo ho or the omu ko. Countries be say they will not accept them. But Ghana, say, oh, yeah, crew space waha. Yeah, beji sa West African neighbors and na the omamba. But the enemy say whether say omo be stay or Ghana na say omo be temporarily na the omako omukrum. But before I get to answering that question, and now maybe some question it was say Mami Peter say the president may or go to Article 75 ne may be over the counter lawyer. And I remember me home in Chechemu. It was the president may execute or cause to be executed treaties, agreements, or conventions in the name of Ghana. That one is the discretionary part. He may say Obian for sono. He may. Treaties are Obian for soon is a one way from your friend is saying US. That is a discretionary part of it.
Yes.
He may decide to take deportees from US and we are discretionary. But once he decides then Article 75 kicks in.
1-2 years. The 2 kicks in.
The 2 kicks in. Yeah. But the first part no and ya no na argument.
No me ba I would Mr. Minchwano. I'm not disputing what you are saying, but because in any case, the Supreme Court direction dada.
Yes.
What I say, but that is the argument out there. So when you read Article 75 now, or see main compulsory.
That argument is
yes.
what argument.
The argument is that that 75 because the 75 used to may no, and yet
no, it doesn't affect. It is a prelim, and no,
and apart from that, it is just an MOU.
The point is that may understand of some mean in the say. Yes. And yet America phone to me show
exactly that's the first part.
So who decided so NDC
parliament. There's no argument about that. That is what even the Supreme Court direction on that
so already. It is settled
through the it's settled.
So my koho many sa semi make just a work of social media say honorable foreign affairs minister say ya never obi a oye social media freak tambia on social media yes say ukoka na o say Trump or president cry is always on social media until Trump na o the audition niama as Trump can come on social media and no na say foreign affairs minister beka but the entire say so almost say deportees no mo lawyers in the court
the deportees no omo the court.
Why not?
Said
they why Ghana should accept them to come here
and live here.
Okay.
Because of Ghana, say Ghana is subscribing to conventions and protocols of UN international bodies. No,
the reason
as part
why
of the arrangement, some of these arrangements now are normal. Ghana, but in any case, there's nothing wrong. What you say, honestly,
Peter, there's nothing wrong with you. Mama come as him.
Mama,
say nobody should interject. Enter na me
Obake, your mama say Obake.
Welcome.
And on the church.
Onim. The entire first of all, let me speak about the entire NDC by mama buying probably on pese or the beko a parliament. And only say omo de kwa said there many ade wuro kan no agreement details of our agreement will be disclosed as to whether ye sika from US na ye o man na say yan sika say foreign affairs minister say you free yan he. But if the agreement is whether you MOU or the call parliament, the details of that agreement will be disclosed as to whether willingly was nip over 200 will feed them freely, will house them any baby and no, that those details will be disclosed. They may not want to
And the entire Omo fan corner say maybe they don't want Ghanaians to see say Omo Kwajiska ena Omo J Kofono, especially when the foreign affairs minister say Omanje he Omo they are only doing humanitarian work. Okay, say US, UK, any Rwanda almost signing similar asylum seekers transfer agreement. Yes. That agreement was approved by UK House of Commons. In fact, Rishi Sunak administration government, they had paid in 2023. How much did they even pay? £240 million in Rwanda for Rwanda to accept asylum seekers in their country. For Rwanda to accept asylum seekers, total amount now £370 million. But that time, no, Labour opposition, Labour force, that agreement or cancel. But Rishi Sunak had already paid $240 million to Rwanda. Say Labour by Oma cancel agreement. No, do you know Rwanda is requesting say or more demanding say scanner agreement here? No, UK should pay to them. Yeah. Rwanda has been able to make so much money out of this agreement. War Ghana no. And by the way, some of them were also African neighbors, African AU and Rwanda GA. Somewhere from Asia, oh baby. By we are even taking more numbers. Yes. Also
250, yeah.
Yes, we are not getting anything from United States of America. Giomo for free. Warehouse for free. Does it make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense.
Now another one made and they say almost say they are now going to Ghanaian government is going to call governments of those neighboring countries for them to provide plane. Say Ghana will not bear the cost of it. Or more those governments say Guinea for no any their government should provide plane. Na yedi omo fa koma Guinea for. Did Guinea say they want to accept their refugees back?
And you can say somewhere 2023 or say 2022.
Yes.
America for can some deporting nipa 7,000 biaba Ghana.
Yes.
Emo money akufara baninya issues. Okay.
Yes.
Say Mama say Mahama and Koji 7,000 in Yanabai.
So First of all, the people were running away from their government. Yes. And they call almost asylum. Yes. They were refugee or they were seeking asylum in the United States. They were running away from their governments. Abba say you are taking them back to their government. Who gave you a? They don't want to go back, and you are taking them. Say you come on. By the way, a country is now also free almost say. You want them to provide planes in India, say they will be taken back to their countries. Did those presidents say they want their people back? No. Now, one also interest. One also say you are taking deportees from US. Why will you say you're taking the people and you are now taking them back to their countries of origin? No. Well, the places they are running away from. No. You say you are taking them back there. Does it make sense to anybody? Now, the reason why the people are taking the government of Ghana to court and they say, almost say argument and they say, why is it were in US, they have taken their matter to court too. Okay. The issues were being challenged in court. Their deportation, they were challenging in court. Once the case was in court, what you say, Trump going for a moment now, they should bring Ghana. The people are saying that, look, if you had allowed us, we would have been battling our cases in court. It would have made for US. It would have taken some years. Why decided say we do more Ghana? Why? Because we at least US detentions more prisons quite better say there. And it may not be prison, say detention sentence. Maybe better. US in Frama may be better than Ghana Frama. Why were people queuing at US embassy? Ghanaians to go to US. Obia yes trek say or Daniel fi Nukrum akọ US because Nukrum no he facing harassment in India or seeking asylum. Trump may say month now. Let Trump solve his problem. If Trump feels that he cannot deal with the people, he will fast through legal ways to transfer people. Because I may the who say ade we Ghana buying. So almost say Oman just can free Trump administration or Mumayehu ewa agreement no more. They should disclose it in parliament because Memejidi said this one is not on any humanitarian grounds. Omako Jiska and even if it is not a Omako Jiska with other your friends saying things are Ghana. That's why they accepted the people. If not all these countries, why are they not accepting Ghana for the Christmas? Say Beijing Nepal over 200 they abandon your video move free EBR.
But the people are here deported. They must agree. So they indeed want to even go to a country A or B or C. If they don't agree.
But that is the problem. But you are saying that you are even taking them back to their countries where they are running away from. That's what is this?
There are issues. But now me just say, hey, Alaji, Ube Kasai did the case is a court. Yeah, but
no, you see, Parliament
and I say court. So yeah, very interesting.
They say no, me court no animal farm ruling na ba no. I am Mr. Ogakra. Say court today, Mr. But I hope you say the people there will get justice because Omunye Ghana for at least that animal farm Ediama Ghana for no we should do use rule of law Ediama foreigners. Animal farm there should be limited to Ghanaians. Animal farm ruling should be limited to Ghanaians. It should be extended to foreigners. Until me Bompai say or me Hobi say those refugees, you know, they will get justice in court because Ghana, to me, unlawfully accepted them in this country because they were battling their case in US. And please leave them. You Ghanaian government should have left them to battle their case in court. And that is why the reason why Ghana for the only reason I would suggest is Ghana for money say Ghana by money say there's monetary benefits or other benefits that will take. Look, it cannot be that Ghana will take all these people and feed them with our money, old money. It cannot be because
there's a catch there somewhere. And
because United Kingdom case. Yes, some BB, and that is if you quantify it, it is still a benefit.
Yes.
That Rwanda case I'm citing, at least each refugee call Rwanda no a week no on $50 $50 a week at least $50. See 1 month on you saying $200 a month. And now you the video more. Even though you Rwandan government are taking money from this thing just to house them, just to put them at their detention centers.
Yeah.
They have also UK government also giving them money for their feeding. Now there's no money from US for their feeding. It doesn't make sense to you.
It doesn't make sense. Alaji Medasi. So Alaji Audu Mahama, managing editor for the Custodian newspaper. Galamsey Abeye a big issue. We can make us say Prof Q do for Central Region eba. Enti Prof Q bet me amaye mamin kono ho first. So yes Central Region for inyansu num. Anopermitie Gumwa East. Sa hona pay to.
Yeah.
Ai mitie ni interview anoper say you see omo ashase e kran su fin kran enya de ko Central Region ko Gumwa ho kono na obisa say because area ho no utubo ho a salty. Nti si emu sensu ndi fin kran ha na de ba. But ni pardo sign the wogo mo am betimi aton so the fin kran abe use. Galam say issue mamenti o Prof Q.
Kwaku aye ayo ho se me wo a state institution be a regulatory utilities no me pese me bo mudin but obi abetimi I infer from what I'm saying. Me wo mo platform bi so a say electricity or say water issue. Sometimes if you have problem I would the top platform this one. They respond to you.
I also say one institution
and they will be out the wow person can work.
He said go on say a year on say President Mahama any abre 250 Nigerians ne Gambians Ghana ha ono so ni kromu for 14,000 other refugees so Cote d'Ivoire. Na ni abre a origin for refugees no ni kromu for so komo so other refugees so about
no kan wasem the press conference no nye say obi ya damfo ebisa no ho asema
aka wa mpo nani awu because of no the year ba omi aboku enclavinti ne ferry so ba be kase ne kumu fon so ko. All right, Prof Kyoyenko.
Kwaku, back to the issue no sir, as I was saying, so unya problem say be a unsu ma ultimate the to so na be o ma respond they will talk to the institution no mama feedback say ebia a problem we na or problem we na. But for now you put something on their platform asame no mbeka chiro omuni bibi mbeka chiro we are not getting water and yes ebia kakra kra o ho na ebia ye ration e de amaye. It's only few party be most of us esa wa copy abobo ya na osesa kufo gallons na odigum na oboni pa ne pa na obeyi san digu ho de man eno kra the quality of issue no bibi ho na kwaku enya kwa ewi asimpanfo se esoma se kohiama nchene koto nchene bra mfanya aduane na oba no amfa nchene ma asembia ni ho a obeka ne de no ebe te se nchene na ewa aduane mu no so ka Sami Jamfi today Sami Jamfi is telling Ghanaians say galamsey age long activity enti omuntimi solve in 8 months omuntimi solve sa galamsey no the same central region hona mi fiba no Sami Jamfi timi fi nkran ebesen kochufu pra so ekogina pra na no esansuo ni bi de kire Ghana fo nyina se yenhwe anda na Akufo-Addo se de nsuo no atimi asai e de afa today eba se yeso omon solve no enye just state of emergency nko an so omun timi declare o se eyade e ho free tete ntinye omo ukasa what are you trying to say tese nyamo na mu betimi asolve galamsey e de amaye na me kase me institution Cocoa Development Advocacy Platform ye betra koma EU for say omon sanction Ghana ban na sa sanction ne de ntia mechirem de ntia ye betra koma EU so omon sanction Ghana ban ye fra bibi cocoa traceability program alaji mi wi abetima se even in cocoa when it comes to cocoa cultivation there's something we call traceability which traces a bag of cocoa to first a farmer. And uti na omo cocoa board database no. The farmer must be registered on the database. So a bag of cocoa must be traced to a farmer. The same bag of cocoa must be traced to a farm, that is geographical location. The same bag of cocoa must be traced to a society. And the omoye traceability ni say they want to see say you are not cutting down our forest to plant the cocoa. You are not destroying the forest. Ebia unyusu mfanya galamsey ne sa nema no to plant the cocoa. You are not using child labor. Ewo saadie nim. Say when they find out say oh yes saadie na, they will ban your cocoa yento cocoa. Now the America now that is the reason tia yakasi ebetra koma EU ni say now the country Ghana is enabler of galamsey activities through the activities of a gold board. See a gold board a centralize cocoa cocoa a gold neto inti a galamsey for gold omo ye nyina no and gold board. Is that not the issue?
That is the issue.
Until gold board and I say aban we nso be traceability. Now one who say this time around see so here to gold that the gold must be traced to a licensed firm and also engaging in responsible mining and sign yetimiato no the activity of galamsey yes no abana yehwe ha and ye register excavators sane man air cost no rather no it is destroying the environment na ebe affect cocoa farmer na no te ne ba bi na ono wodua ne cocoa no ni akase ye nje cocoa because we wani pa ne nya hwe
and also be spray cocoa you so so fifi ko you so bu pipe now the because in so kwa emu nyina efo no mu nyina na say
and also issue ewo mu ne say pipe water no pipe water is treated into to what extent will you be able to know say the chemical component na ye de treat
insuo no be affect
what the fra aduro no na de gu cocoa ni so be yesen and so by then when hu sa dem that is the reason why I ka say any until say aban we ebeye gold traceability no because anka mi twa edua agu mi ko twa forest agu ni ma san edua cocoa mi twa dua and no kra yes enye na we dia me say asase ni nyina na mi wie a aban aba be to gold no no wasan sisi sa akuafo ne dia ene sa na dia
mampani aka say yes e say asase na dia stabilize e cd
it latest by next week.
I'll summarize it.
Latest by next week your petition be ready ye de koma EU say sanction bia say omodema Ghana ban no omo sha ase emfama Ghana ban because it is the state that is failing because omo ka kire say when it comes to galamsey aban no wo pepa obetim the 1 week pe and o dey aye why are we now where we are ye ka kire say it's only 8 months. And 8 months pen aban we born in hon samran. If in 8 months you can be praised for doing certain things, then in 8 months, yet me fa adia ye dia shown say environment ye dia shown say protecting. You can't take a decision. Now it's more or less like okoka what they are telling you ni say it is not in our manifesto. Yes. Yes, that is what some people are saying say a near manifesto. So what that
the first 120.
So what are this government?
Not just say they say they will ban illegal mining. It's there. No. Eka
120 days.
Eka 120 apart from forest, they say they will ban illegal mining.
Eka 120 days.
Deep and the manifesto say we more.
Kwaku. Another fallacy. Almost an catch and say NDC aban by omunyishu license bia unse under President Akufo-Addo no they made us to believe say the issuance of license no and aman kofo gu kwaye ni ma ese kwaye no why no here license and so I galamsey adeni ya illegal it is okay tell me say nanado issue license into na kofo say forest no sisi aye issue license why are they destroying the environment
you see omo ntiase President Akufo-Addo ebane small scale mining and galamsey for about a year and a half.
Yes.
Enti oya say obe regulate sector no no ye say ofi obia opeso ye mining bia no for application bra.
Yes.
And then the mass habre no o issue application bebre with the intention say mo come ho bom na mo form organizations near register mo na mo be kwa responsible mining.
Yes.
And that what was it? It's someone homa kwaji say okay when the illegal mining no kwaji license wa ban ho asa.
Galamsey there or the license here there. It is I say na mu issue license. Anyway, we are supposed to see say galamsey I then perform because I buy my license and yes say environmental. Say na ka buy agent license ne man and can say you say nsuo na ni ate. But eno che say tama na omukasa asem no na enye no kre. Again, we are no ma cite Professor Frimpong Boateng report. Eka ya kokoka say be nanado fie wo che bi kra ye tu galamsey. Ye kokoda di say enye no kre. Emma NDC Ashanti regional chairman. Then say Kwame Zu say hwan.
So Kwame Zu regional secretary.
Regional secretary. Kokoka say Kwaku me du kra say me de man no be kasa say we. Say sebe say nye NDC aban ne ba ya ankache bi for den enem wa na no musuo. Emma ye friend and ye hwe ade ya esi. Amanfi East DC any NDC for ne sa water gas for no e dia jemu antokwa popopopo e no mo kontokwa
enkwatiri sa chebi water project na make say yatum because insu ebemu no say plant no nti sa insu no mo ka say enye do mama ka chebi for no nsu no yatum.
Kwaku President Mahama is captured on a video I also can say the nanado kwan ya offer so fight galamsey no that's not the way to go. Say odi soldier for chiche nkofo no na ban so oye bi anyeye this week medimani ahu video a yesese excavators those days no mo catch say nyansa nim ada na wo excavator wo hye no enso ene aban na kasa chebi a ye kan ya MC ene ne task force e kan kofo su gidi ade na
atade aye fin se gamse atade kra encho
na nya sa ade no na omo ka che ye se wo di soldier fo be kan kofo so ache wo mo na pam wo ma fi galamsey site no nya sa nim no nti ade na ye san kof kwaye nim a ye kopam nkofo a eno so ye di soldier fo gidi kwaku ene Ghana ni bia ahu se the NDC has no intention so mbe fight galamsey omo nkofo na omo ye and back to the normal case na na do crowd is infan so omo obi license square na nipa no wabu condition e dey ama no so no why galamsey a wo dey also win issue license there. These people are mining with blatant disregard to our mining laws. And omo say kwaye na ene hwe ba bia ya ba bedu hwe de densu aye. All right, hwe de densu aye me wo ba bi wo takra de a me kokot na nsu no maye ne te say ayi inzulenzu no omo sisi sa asset ni bi wo so one time me ko ho na mfi sha mayira adina aye ko ana mi bi so omo won say da asem a omo say de aba be wie no the same activities of galamsey no nti ene de ye nyina ye be stress aban no on kire ni position pa nse e de no mu betimi aye because sa omo shift position say ade na che e wo hodadada say yanka say yanka no babia say ye ba ye be declare state of emergency na wo ba wo declare state of emergency no and ensuo no ase chen say the first na wo ho no nti say sabre no na ehia state of emergency a and this time around there ehia state of shoot to k
me da say so Prof K na mate nkan ma me call Peter ho Peter galamsey galamsey
kwagu no credit say galamsey national issue because we share the effects and damage a cause to ya nsase ni yensu a you can't quantify it dike be hia say nyina be ka bom whether opposition or in government or civil society organization or media there will be nyina nanka ya fight but unim ade ba ko so say no kre say galamsey nya enne na ba o mahimu. But the NDC and President Mahama again took center stage accusing MPP and President Akufo-Addo say na ban so there and anonymous so no galamsey activities are akoso and yensase ni yensu aside dey bin see that. In fact, so tie the press conference no cramba. The press conference no cramba no nim and trouble we mo but the nya kwampo and go into it. We need to go into it. Hwe okasa or say the galamsey activities in the last 8 months. Like you tell. Like so just the last 8 months galamsey across the bin see that. Me wa ya be ready wa ha. Ono ne breso task force or form ya ankosi aga. Any it got a point. Mahama Ayariga got fed up. Say be kra yen tingum. That kind statement ni obi anko to be because among say baby minerals will be no people will do galamsey. They were fed up. The task force of force who tie no one before elections kasa also soldier for galamsey no it doesn't make sense. That kind no so what happen. Na ukwati galamsey a campaign na nkase no wan na no de obakra obeja galamsey fo ayache omu nyina okay
make up
and that's how galamsey fo no jeche omu no campaign no omu way you see arresting the campaigns and now say arrest omu galamsey site you see area say so them tro ene aye adwuma ene ebu abo nyina ene nyina ye bre no ebio omu je they benefited from the galamsey activity a politics no mo dey no to the sense of boasi kwado omo ka kire amanfo say omo ba ya de chinya omo nko site
yeah
na obeka ya
kunipa
nipa ko wuye efo ewie kura mpa omo say anglo go for nko na esa nko sie omo nko hwe ko hwe omo prepara ene okọ boasi zongo boasi anto boasi abushafo omo de se wuye ko hwe omo asetremu
unka de ufie na ufie ya tutu e ase no unka no
Dero ayare ho serious ano meka oma omuti NDC for ekoto abama NDC na after NDC omu yes omu nko galamse omu nko site omu ko ya omu ni security ko clash ebi wuye ebi no omu wayire wo ma o kohwe omu asitinam NDC panyu after say omu wuye bi prepare NDC for panyu bi led by the regional minister ne ekọ sra omu nsi obi o ekom eni kohwe omu asitinam a omaja omu wa omu de enam ene the NDC people are involved in galamsey activities cheya ban bia ene Prof Q Boba could be about Amenfi East MC any ne MP e dia boss wo galamsey ntene de menko ho unim say uko awim the traditional authorities ayimfo na wo kro no no had cause to accuse the omu MP so ye galamsey Oma frena onko. Omo yes omo betro akoma the IGP any Catholic Bishops Conference. So almost omo intervene. No many MP nin kasa no nya galamsey activities e wo ho. The traditional authorities. So omo press conference the statement no wa. Hwe uko baby esi baby the aboso Prof Q ne be hu. Aboso. Fantastic. She also galamsey activity ekoso and also the same thing Aboso traditional leaders one NDC chairman over alleged galamsey Aboso the traditional leaders of Aboso have issued a strong warning to the ruling National Democratic Congress chairman and its ward members Mr. Dela and his group, ordering him to stay away from their lands, which they allege are being used for illegal mining. In a press statement signed by Nana Kwesi Appiah II, the chief of Aboso, press conference no. On Monday, August 18, 2025, that is last month, condemned Mr. Dela's recent comment and openly criticized their effort to clear illegal miners from the area. The chiefs had recently mobilized resources to support government effort to eliminate illegal mining, an initiative that received public praise. However, Mr. Dela reportedly to dismiss the exercise, claiming that the lands minister is his ally, and that government officials will not allow the chiefs to block illegal mining within the area.
Or the minister crack on.
Or the watching minister crab account. If you got a minister crab in him home, what? I don't know. Unim's Abanwi, the Attorney General and as the Minister of Justice, Yadamfo, I would do best friend, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, had cause to write to the Yoko say, "Oh, share Omu national organizer, any Omu first vice chairperson." I'm so second and okay. Omu ni first second third, but vice chairperson. Say Omanya credible report. No statement no ha. Tio also Omanya credible report. Say these two men are involved in galamsey activities. Nti unusual mumu na or action in take. But up to now, what is a report? Omachi umpa momo even bail condition grandpa from Bomo. 50 pesos. You have not even been invited in let alone to even take the almost statement. Some national organizer ya na kujina history region say young group galamsey task force na umko jiska from the galamseyers. Oh, say IGP na Russell say na eye adwuma no en mom na omaide omagu no na mom party for ne de na several purpose in there and the homu no. You see the irony of life, the security agencies in there na corner air force and homu there that is omu na ko jiska no party members task force
president no man president na kan say IGP there no na omo Judicial na party for there ne there omaja
okay me ba me ma no be sisi ya me class prefect nti ya me kasa enye okay say bia ana ma nya kefu a wo so wa ko hye ya no machi na why join ku na muza na nse meja the campaign na me yeti awo no
enye we ko egusi aga ni nyanko
me dem akama sa who say president Mahama aye the press conference no o state say omuma mining list bia say obia nko forest nko ye galamsey okay
yes
me was statement no I bring you aje ugina me so kran kan ma akopɛ no makan a o che say or state on authority say omuma obia license say onko forest nko ye mining. In fact, it was part of omo campaign message omko share omo need to use in civil society organization ye campaign say ye people li 2462 no, even though o share li ni ye pa there are a lot of even big mining companies omo forest what I say but so oba pa no say there's a conflict
no judgment debt as well.
Yes who repeat here government will have to pay some judgment debt because some of the big companies need to forest.
And in fact, the main idea behind Sahara law, no, and
yes,
the president wanted to a Sino-Hydro deal, see a 2 box site, in a forest reserve anymore.
Yes.
Then in your civil society, if we sorry, someone pretty court.
Yes.
So that's a president, then say airline there, then Eba.
Yeah.
So that the bema kwaina ubi atime wura forest reserve nim.
Yes.
Na wakwakoye mining.
Yes.
And so unim adwinbone because omo tese yes won to me wo large scale mining license e water no be no. And omo dey promise. And for ba ban mu no hu say it go beyond won to me.
Yes. But big companies dey say you
baby
omo mine omo forest. So repeal you have to find a way to compensate them.
No money na free.
No money na free.
With the investment, the kind of investment.
Anything omo ya say they will do an amendment. Amendment of what?
They say almost repeat.
Okay, you ha say give time a time and I'm boy. They can't do a statement but na me we. Me say President Mahama say omo man license bia say
obi anko forest.
Me wo Forestry Commission headquarters letter B signed by omo chief executive. Our Toronto May 16th 2025 but May 16th 2025 nanye NDC na wa bam
NDC Jomama
Acting Executive Director Forest Service Division DSA TO approval for issuance of entry permit for exploration in bracket pre-mining operations. Approval for issuance of entry permit for exploration in bracket pre-mining operations T. Application the title application for forestry entry permit for mining KJRC Forest Reserve Brim North District Eastern Region. Because the first 2 paragraphs we refer to the mining lease granted Mrs. Gateway Exploration Limited by the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and the company's subsequent request dated 6 May 2025 for issuance of forest entry permit to undertake exploration in bracket pre-mining operations in their mining lease area within the KJRC Forest Reserve in the Kede Forest District. Following the review of application, TO, approval is hereby granted for the issuance of a forestry entry permit to enable the company to proceed with the said mining exploration activities subject to strict adherence to the following conditions and all listed conditions nina but we are there
obi say oyiwa
hwe nanya mining kwana omobaye omaya e de ho asema ba o unim say the lands minister madam Fopa ye ne PNT I'm in a difficulty but the truth must be told me na marane ne ba no or ma different be hwe 27 June 2025 okay 2025 say in here Montessori akwa no here why short say at least Ali if nothing at all. Mo LA ni ono so abend say mo DJ for na. God ni ti hu sa no. Oh yeah say now wa choko. Say no ni ama me ye ni kakra. Hwe 27 June 2025. The Chief Executive Officer, Forestry Commission Accra, dear sir, directive to suspend and revoke all timber utilization contracts (TUC) allocations in globally significant biodiversity areas (GSBAs). Kwaku, it has come to the notice of this ministry that letters are being issued to some timber companies to pay timber right fees for timber utilization contracts allocated with globally significant biodiversity areas. In view of the above, I write to formally direct with immediate effect the suspension and revocation of all timber utilization contracts (TUCs) that have been granted within the globally significant biodiversity areas across the country until further notice.
Those
areas, you know. I won't say forest no describing the sano. Eh, baby, species of
yes,
and more be and a plant be over.
But in simple terms, no go area.
A hot penny be
yes.
In Riabi. Oh, listen,
no go area.
Ghana was
and Sasa will be a crack hole.
Still,
license.
Accordingly, you are immediately suspended, or you are immediately suspend all activities and operations in classified GSBAs under existing TUC allocations. Revoke all TUCs granted within the GSBAs with immediate effect. Submit a comprehensive report to my office within 7 working days confirming full compliance with this directive. Submit all allocations for the grant of timber rights, either plantations or natural forest, to the minister for approval. Or we be an signed no copy the board chairman Forestry Commission. 27th June 2025.
2025, yeah.
So in between that time now, 27th June. Now operations are cost.
I mean,
issue say no. No go area into Omunyai. Go and ask yourself whether questions are directed, whether it's been even a Omatiempa. Madam for no na me argument and say Omati. Me so up to now me a copy a chesa and pass Omati on farm.
Okay.
Because my information is that you see the NDC, this is NDC for you. You are the benefited from the campaign. Making all sorts of allegations. Omoba the AI, Omoba teaching campaigns, Omoba Galam say 2 weeks, Omoba stop. In fact, you declare state of emergency. Now Galam say a national disaster. And President Mama is saying indeed it's a national disaster.
Ama Kofi Bua, send the video no kasi declare state of emergency. Ubaka so wabo. Declare state of emergency.
Say yes.
Declare state of emergency.
And
then you are about oil lance minister.
Yo.
Ni kromu ni office. Last will be sending me video. Be send the office. And ni say you too. Actually say you too. Let me see you.
How go boss here? And then I would do more can I person respond. Efie ye too dayechi.
Nanu bogoso.
Ufie.
Tie Peter nanu bogoso. Mines for a blast. Omo all no.
This is a fee.
Omo blast we ape. Store bi esikwan ho.
This is a fee.
Afafra me pesika go sit down oboase.
Store bi esikwan ho no. Say na ye tu ase nyina. Jehoana e KV in. I'm not that say. Yeah, two horse in Yanti. That we hear ye to another Kurun in a buagum.
Yo,
and one. Prof, you say forest nurse and do not saying
GSB, you were 30 in a Ghana.
30, Makuma 30.
Makuma 30.
Okay, so it means
Western region, choir 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eastern region, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashanti region. Ashanti region, so I'm saying you were bear 7. And central region you have 4.
Okay.
And until you see
me
it's on Matiasimo.
Me hono
mo minister I stop home.
North.
Na Mole Park no and I say no so mo remu.
Omo remu.
Na minister actual letter. So munyai.
Mo remu.
because you see those
Bandai Hills ɛhɔ no mahu Bandai Hills ka
Bandai enye yoti ana
ɛno bɛ wo oti
Dambai there
yɛwɔ Tanofe yɛwɔ Akrobon Ahirasu Abasumba ɛdɔɔso ke 3 points
30 you say 30 okay so no you say special species of animal any plant or hormone be ni wiase baby a and then this if ati ego mo so mu tui